Hello everyone and welcome into Cockburn Ice Arena for this second half of a back-to-back weekend doubleheader between the Perth Inferno and the Adelaide Rush. This is the Australian Women's Ice Hockey League and we are set for, depending on where you are tuning, either some morning hockey or some afternoon hockey here in Australia. I'm your play-by-play commentator Andrew McDougall and alongside me is analyst and colour commentator Ben Chalker. Ben, a tight game yesterday, the Perth Inferno with a 4-3 win and Molly Lukoviak getting the game winner in the end. A gripping contest and a bit of an arm wrestle yesterday. What are you looking forward to seeing from this game today and in particular the Perth Inferno?
Yeah, mate, Perth have been sort of the class of the league so far this season. Especially at home, it's been very, very difficult for visiting sides to come into Cockburn Arena and walk away with points of any kind. So I would imagine they're going to be trying to keep that trend going. But Adelaide, they're a young team. They lost a lot of experience since last season, as you mentioned in our chat before the game. But a lot of young players, a new coaching staff. They'll be looking to build on what's been some promising but disappointing games so far.
We did see yesterday with the Perth Inferno, just touching on them, the three big guns, I suppose, all amongst the goals and the points again yesterday. Michelle Clark-Crumpton, Sarah Salmons and Elizabeth Scala. With those three as well, and when you look at the scoring leaders for the competition, in the top 10 especially, in the top 5 you've got three Inferno players, which is Salmon, Scala and Clark-Crumpton. Just deadly, aren't they, that line?
Absolutely. That kind of leadership, particularly on a single line, on a single team, is tough to overcome. They're obviously going to be all in on that again this afternoon. It worked well for them yesterday, and you tend not to change what's already working.
And we did mention in our pre-game chat, we're having a chat about the Adelaide Rush as well. And you did talk about a lot of players that did leave the squad at the end of last season. And when it had Courtney alongside me yesterday, we were talking about Aspen Cooper, who shifted across from the Rush to the Inferno, but also players like Maya Tupper and Sierra Moroniuk, who left the Adelaide Rush last season. And one of the standouts we mentioned, and we had a bit of a chat before we came on, was Tori Cebulski. The 19-year-old is having a career year. Got 13 points already this season from 10 games and has really continued. I suppose when you think about it, being 19 years old, it is in her fourth season in the Australian Women's Ice Hockey League. Started quite young, but just continuing to build.
Very much so. It's one of the things that, particularly when I'm commentating the AWIHL during the winter, is we tend to really hammer home the importance of the development of younger players into difference makers on the big stage here in Australia. And it's so great to see young players developing into those sorts of people, having difference makers who are amongst the youth that can become the face of the league eventually. So all credit to Adelaide for that and for continuing that. And now she's got a number of other younger players alongside her. In particular, I mention only because I'm familiar with her game, but Emma Moonen is a New South Wales product that I've met and seen play previously, and was lucky enough to watch her game up here against the Sirens last weekend. She played a fantastic game, backstopping them to an overtime win, which was just a fantastic game to watch. I wasn't commentating, I was just one of the fans in the crowd, and it was an electric game.
Speaking of Emma Moonen, we did have Rebecca Kempe in between the pipes yesterday for the Adelaide Rush. Are you expecting Emma Moonen to get the job today? We do expect Sasha King for the Perth Inferno to keep rolling. Do you expect Emma Moonen to jump in there?
I would assume so, just because, as you mentioned, other goaltenders started yesterday afternoon, but it looks like we're about ready for anthems. So we'll pick that thread up again in just a second.
So the national anthem has been sung. I don't think we do have a ceremonial puck drop. We did have one yesterday. So we'll go straight into opening face-off in the competition. We were just touching on the two goaltenders, Ben, and we're wondering if Emma Moonen will jump in net for the Adelaide Rush, and it looks like Sasha King will once again suit up in between the pipes for the Perth Inferno, who has been there
back-to-backing as a goaltender.
Has been their number one over the last few seasons and really taking that mantle this season, playing every single game for the Perth Inferno. It is tough sledding though, isn't it?
Absolutely. I've played just enough goaltender to know that I'd be no good at it, let alone doing it back-to-back in 2 consecutive games. It's a lot of work. It takes a lot of athleticism that I plainly do not have. So my hat comes off to anyone who can do it back-to-back and still put up, consistent results, and then have their team at the top of the competition. It's a huge ask, and it should be a massive point of pride.
Yeah, absolutely. An amazing talent for Australia here, and obviously an Australian national team goaltender as well. So Perth Inferno are very lucky to have someone like Sasha King in between her pipes. And yes, we will shift our eye across to the Adelaide Rush and just wait to see who is in between the pipes for them today as we get set for the opening face-off. And the Adelaide Rush in their away blues will shoot from left to right, and the Perth Inferno in their home purples from right to left on your screen.
I do like these blue jerseys for Adelaide. It's nice.
They're very, very nice.
On the traditional whites. They had a nice
off the face-off, the Perth Inferno, they get the first attack through Cooper. Now it's in that far corner. Sophie Reader just trying to control that puck. It is pressured. Aris just backhands that one. Langevin able to push that out to centre ice. The Perth Inferno through Cooper. Just go D to D. Bailey will go back to Cooper. Corbita getting the body in the way there. Just able to dislodge the puck. So I'll track that one down. A bit of a battle through the neutral zone here. Sarah Salmons now. Just trying to find Scala. That's picked off by Cebulski. Couldn't find space as Clark Crumpton. And they get a shot from the neutral zone towards the net. It is saved. Venus now just working behind the net, just trying to get a clear pass away. Puck is bouncing around. Scala looks to spin and shoot. That goes wide. Corbita now. Still can't clear the puck out of their own zone. The Rush. Clark Crumpton, a backhand pass to Scala. Gets a shot on goal. The first save, there's a rebound. The puck goes in behind the net. Scala still has it. Feeds it back up to the blue line. McClellan now gets a wrist shot on goal. That deflects to the far corner. Webb jumps up, just pushes it into that corner. Scala now has the puck. Feeds it down low, looking for Clark Crumpton. Clark Crumpton has the puck now. Tries a backhand pass towards a blue line. That's picked off. And the Adelaide Rush now across Ice Park to Cebulski, who will just get to the red line and dump it in. McClellan with the puck, just spinning, looking for a passing lane. Elects to go back in behind the net. They'll feed it up this left wing. Malcolm now gets to the blue line and just wraps it around the boards. Going to chase after her own puck, waiting for her teammates to come and support. It's in that far corner. Aris is digging away at it. Noddle goes into support, trying to track that puck down. Aris now just puts the leg out, and the Adelaide Rush able to get out of the zone. Go through centre ice now. Sinclair loses the puck. Lakoviak does well. Noddle now gets back, collects the puck. Now the captain, Bailey, takes the red line, now the blue line, all 3 zones. It's a wrist shot towards goal. That's saved. There's a rebound opportunity, a backhand shot. That gets blocked. That was Noddle for the Inferno. Now Corbita down the right wing with speed. We've seen this before. Gets to the right circle, gets a shot on goal. King covers up the angles, makes a save. The Rush able to keep it in the zone.
Not quite.
We have a whistle.
Not quite there. A bit unfortunate for Adelaide. We've got a replay here of that last Perth Rush. The Inferno really putting the pace on so far this afternoon, and it is indeed Moonen in net for Adelaide with a couple of key saves early on as the Inferno start hot.
We did see the Adelaide Rush come out of the blocks yesterday right in the face of the Inferno. They'll probably try and look to do the same today. Scarlett now on the puck, spinning and turning, pressured by Sapolsky. Mackenzie now able to retrieve that puck, just fans on it a little bit. And Langevin able to just chip it back in and go and chase after it on the forecheck.
2
Two number 14s, yes. Mackenzie now spins and backhands that one out. Venus will chase this one down. Icing waved away. Backhands that to Venning. Venning will have time now to look for a pass. Just trying to control it. Tahima. Adelaide Rush captain spins and plays that all the way down to King. Forces King into a save. Cooper collects a puck, spins and turns. It's getting pressured. In behind the net. The Adelaide Rush working hard on the forecheck. They collect the puck now. Nice little backhand pass. Tahima's in front of the net. They try to pass it into the slot. There's a bouncing puck. And now Salmons takes it away. Just pulls up on the red line. Goes back to her defender. Back to Salmons. Try and go across ice. And Ayres jumping up off the defensive blue line now. Enters the zone on that left circle. Has the puck. Feeds it back towards the slot. And Martin just couldn't free the hands to get a stick on it. A couple of chances there for the Adelaide Rush. Ayres now. Down that left wing. The Adelaide Rush, they get a shot towards King that goes wide. They'll try and trap it in the Inferno zone again, but the Inferno able to break out. Scala now loses that puck. Venus jumps up, intercepts, just plays it in behind King. The Inferno chip it off the boards. That'll be icing.
There. Not sure what that was for. Icing. Couple of Adelaide players a little bit confused about that one. They'll be coming back to centre ice.
Yeah, I think everyone's a bit confused.
Ooh. Maybe a miscall from one of the lines. But it happens. They're human beings. They make the odd wrong call and we come back to centre.
Venus now just flicks that one towards the net. It goes in behind. Kulbita spins and just dumps that one back into Sapolsky in behind the net. Sapolsky now is trying to feed it in front. Got held up. Inferno able to first force it out to the neutral zone. It's Kulbita. Just plays that along the boards. Get past Wegan. Sapolsky does well on the forecheck though. Able to collect the puck. He's got to wait for some teammates now. Sapolsky still has it. Tries to feed it to Langevin. That gets bounced off some legs. Now the Inferno. They'll just get to the red line and dump it in. They'll make a change. Venning tracks that one down. Couldn't stick the pass. Lakoviak came in there for the Inferno. Sapolsky couldn't feed that one. The Inferno keep it in. Lakoviak just lost the puck in the skates. Gets forced out to centre ice. And the Inferno, they'll dump it in. Ayres now will track back. Just chips it off the boards and looks to collect the puck again.
Going to dig it out of the feet of the referee there.
Lakoviak now. Venning. Backhand pass finds Sapolsky in the end. The Inferno, though, got plenty of numbers. Noddle just lifts it up and into the corner. Cooper now, the wrist shot towards goal. It goes wide. Bailey keeps it in the blue line because another shot towards Moonen. A couple of chances here for the Perth Inferno. Mackenzie just shovels that one and they feed it back in front. There's a loose puck. Moonen's looking for it. It's still loose, no call. The puck comes out now. It's in behind the net. There's bodies everywhere. Moonen's still down. The Inferno feed it back in front. Garbutt gets a shot towards goal. Another save. There is bodies all over the place. And we finally have a whistle.
Mad scramble in front of the net there. Moonen doing a fantastic job of tracking it down through the pile of bodies as the Inferno tried to pour it on there. You've got Ayres loses some footing and ends up planted in front of the net there, and Perth doing a fantastic job of recovering loose pucks and reloading for several chances there.
Off the face off, the Inferno, they get it in behind the net and try to go to work. Adelaide rushed through Venus. Couldn't stick that pass. That puck deflects and up and out of play.
Perth doing a fantastic job of regathering pucks in their own zone and trying to move back up ice, but not to be discounted. The Adelaide forecheck are doing a marvellous job of creating pressure points that's making it a little more messy than the Inferno coaching staff would like, I believe.
It's definitely something that stood out yesterday, the Adelaide rush forecheck. So we see here, Georgia McClellan now tries to dangle and deke her way through, couldn't find a free lane to shoot.
Couldn't get that second handle. We'll see more of that, I suspect. Just a fraction offside there.
Yeah, whistle.
Was Adelaide. You will see that marvellous toe drag move here. Beautiful. Just couldn't get a second handle on that one as the Adelaide defence closed in around her.
That shooting lane just closed up at that last second going for the release.
Much to the dismay of the Inferno fans watching, but Adelaide fans should be quite happy to see that their team's defensive structure working as intended.
There's a little wrist shot from the neutral zone towards King, who made that save. We'll have a face-off to the left of King. Kulbita just tries a wrist shot off the face-off. It gets blocked in front. Now Bailey spinning and turning in behind King. There's a bouncing puck, couldn't control it. Kulbita goes in there on the forecheck. The Adelaide Rush trying to win it. They do win the puck now. Cebulski trying to find a room to shoot. And now Noddle will break out for the Inferno, feeding it down that right wing. Couldn't stick the pass. Koviak, though, collects it. Noddle couldn't handle that one. Cebulski couldn't get past Koviak, who now takes the blue line. Now Lakoviak getting a shot towards goal. That's blocked. Another body in front from the Adelaide Rush. They bounced off the boards, and Riley Martin now. Backhander towards King that goes in behind the net. Martin collects the puck again. Just spins and plays it towards Langevin. In that far corner, Garbutt and Langevin battling for the puck. It's digging away. Multhane is in there as well. Bailey for the Inferno, still trying to get it off those boards. Now the puck bounces out. McKenzie just spins and wraps that around the boards, trying to clear the zone. It gets held in by Venning. And now a nice little poke check there by Reader. Langevin tries to dump it towards the net. Webb takes over. Now Garbutt through centre ice. Enters the rush zone. Garbutt holding, gets a wrist shot towards goal, and Moonen makes a save. Bounces it over to the far corner. Now there's a battle. Venus, Tahima and Garbutt. Adelaide Rush, they win out in numbers. Tahima tries to bounce it off the wall. The Inferno keep it in. And now Bedell for the Adelaide Rush. Gets down that left wing with speed, gets past the defender, gets a wrist shot towards goal. Bounced off King, goes to the far side. There's a puck, deflects out of play.
Lovely little opportunity for the Rush down that far side, really putting their speed on. Getting an excellent play towards the front of the net there. That F2 for Adelaide might have liked to have been in a bit tighter, but really no fuss, no stress. The Inferno goaltender King to put that one into the near side corner.
Now battle at the end boards. Kulbita has the puck now behind the net, trying to wrap around. King gets over and covers that one. Aris just dumps it back in. Abby Webb now, backhand pass to Scala. Still can't clear it out of the zone. Kulbita does well. Feeds it back up to the blue line. Botterill just dumps it in. They're happy to just dump it in behind King, the Adelaide Rush. Aris now collects a puck at centre ice, finds Martin. Martin now left circle, wrist shot towards goal. That goes wide. Kulbita keeps it in the zone. As Salmons able to collect for the Inferno. Salmons has speed, enters the zone, feeds it back to Scala. Scala now looking for a lane to shoot. Can't. Backhand towards the net. Clark Crumpton, or Salmons there, sorry, gets a backhand shot. And Moonen makes a save.
Moonen with a highlight glove save there. Really nice attacking zone set up here by the Inferno. Defensive structure does well for Adelaide there, but that second chance opportunity. Getting the puck towards the net, and Moonen with another one for her already very strong resume of of clutch saves.
Off the draw, the Adelaide Rush look to break out, and they do. The captain, Kate Tahima, tries to skate in behind the net, gets held up in the corner. There's plenty of bodies in there now, all digging away at it. Noddle now for the Inferno, able to track that puck and pass it through the neutral zone. Lakoviak scored the game winner yesterday, feeds it back up to the blue line, and they just dump it back in. Malcolm tracks that one down, backhands that one in behind the net to Lakoviak. Feeds it back up to the blue line. Tries a big slap shot. It bounces off some bodies. Lakoviak now. Looking for Bailey. Bailey able to keep it in the zone though. Venus couldn't control that one. Perth Inferno make a partial change. They get to the red line and dump it in. They'll finish off that change. Venus couldn't stick the pass to Lunn. McKenzie breaks that up, goes down low. Garbutt. Cooper bounces that off the boards. Venus will send it back there. Inferno do a great job to get a stick in there, break up that passing plate. Martin tracks that one down in the far corner. And still can't clear the zone, the Adelaide Rush. Inferno doing a great job. Get it in behind the net, Garbutt tracks that one down. Feeds it back in front, McKenzie gets a shot on goal and there's a loose puck, and Moonen does well to cover it up.
Again, Moonen just all over everything that's anywhere near the blue paint there. A second chance opportunity for Perth. They generate a marvellous scoring opportunity there. Fantastic pass out from the boards. And then Perth, one shot and then straight in after the rebound there. But Moonen just a little bit too good this time.
The Inferno win that one. Salmons wins the face-off. They get a shot towards goal, a redirect. It goes wide. Now the Adelaide Rush able to get it out to the neutral zone. Kate Tahima and Salmons. Tahima tracks that one down and backhand pass misses everyone. It goes back out to the neutral zone. What can the Rush do here? Able to exit the zone. Zabulski will chase that one down. He's all alone though. It's Zabulski. It's 5-on-1. Zabulski does well. A backhand shot on goal. King keeps that one out. Didn't have a lot of options there, Zabulski. Did well. Lenjavin's down there now. Now Zabulski has the puck again in behind the net. Looks to feed it back in front. Working hard, Zabulski. Strong shift here. Once again trying to feed it back in front. Gets worried off it. The Inferno through Salmons. Finds Scala. Scala now. Finds Clark Crumpton. Clark Crumpton now. Couldn't get past the defender, Atna Ayris. He does well, gets a stick in there.
Ayris read that one perfectly.
Clark Crumpton. A nice little drop pass. Couldn't find the lane to shoot though. The Adelaide Rush force it out. Just fans on that one. Georgia McClellan able to regather the puck though.
Great recovery from the Inferno defender there.
Venus now with speed. Gets a wrist shot on goal. King saves that one. Here's a rebound. Multhana now in behind the net. Still has a puck for the Rush. Feeds it back into the slot. And it beats everyone. Venus will track that one down.
They're going to the ice. No icing on that one, obviously.
Wegan now. Tries to feed it down that left wing. And that one will be icing.
Icing, yeah. Huge shift from Adelaide there. That last go around, couple of really great scoring opportunities, but the Inferno defense closing down and really clamping in on opportunities around the net, defending King quite well.
We did see that last icing too, Ben, from Wegan, who's taken a bigger role this season with those defenders that have either shifted teams or moved out. Has looked impressive.
It's always tough stepping into a situation where you've had a lot of experience and leadership sort of move on. And it makes things infinitely easier when you get people stepping up into those roles as they have here.
There's a big opportunity there for the Perth Inferno. They fit it back in front. There's another big opportunity. Unable to get past Moonen.
Adelaide defence just trying to be a little too neat there to get that one out, and the Inferno making them pay.
Martin and Salmons battle at the face-off. The Rush win it. They just clear it out. Bailey collects it.
Linesman.
Now, here we go. Odd player Rush. Coolbeater all alone in the slot. Just couldn't quite handle it.
No.
Gets a shot towards King. King makes a left pad save. It's a big opportunity for Coolbeater. Salmons now.
Seen that one in their nightmares tonight.
Scarla dekes her way through. Scarla gets a backhand shot on goal, and Moonen once again, big save.
Moonen with that absolutely massive glove, making it look incredibly easy as the Inferno flip the ice, giving up a huge scoring opportunity for Adelaide down the other end, and then Moonen bailing him out again at this end.
Opportunities at both ends of the ice.
It's what we want, Doogie. It's what
Absolutely.
we want. It's the most entertaining hockey to be watching. Although fans from either team who are particularly invested may have a counter argument.
Clark Crumpton now. Clark Crumpton looking. A wrist shot that goes wide. Scarla tracks that one back. Backhand pass to Clark Crumpton. Now in behind the net. Feeds it back in front. Salmons gets a shot on goal. Moonen gets down low. Makes great pad save. Moonen coming up big for the Adelaide Rush in his first period.
Whistle there. I think we'll see maybe our first penalty of the game here. It's the Inferno with another fantastic attacking opportunity. They're very comfortable working out from behind the goal line, Perth. And it's working in their favour here. No, there's a net-off call there. I saw a stick go flying. I thought we might have seen a slashing call made, but no, it's something a little more mundane, much to everyone's delight. We'll continue at 5-on-5. In arena shot clock, favouring the home side 10-5, as we see on the scoreboard there on screen.
Now the Rush, they'll go forward. Venus jumping up from defence, in behind the net now. Has the puck, feeds it back in front. They're digging away at it. King gets down, able to keep it out and cover up.
Inferno defence rallying to their goaltender's protection there, but King had it all covered up and underway. Adelaide doing a fantastic job of living up to their team name, developing chances on the Rush. Doing what it says on the tin, Doogie.
Yeah, absolutely. It's something that we've come to expect from Kirsty Venus as well. The free skating defensive player gets up and scores highlight reel goals from the blue line. And she dumps that one in. Oh,
always
absolutely.
Fun to see every league.
Now the Adelaide Rush, they keep it in the Inferno zone. Now they're able to chip it out. Noddle seems to be on the puck everywhere. Gets to the red line, just lifts it up and in the zone. Martin.
Nice little play there. Skate to stick.
Venus just fans on that one. Still able to find a teammate. So play that one
cooperating
through
in
the
a
neutral
few
zone.
Puck's really not been cooperating through the neutral zone for both sides here. We've seen a number of bobbled pucks on both blue lines, and obviously affecting the heart rate of either side's coaching, but we've seen both sets of defensemen showcase their skills recovering those pucks. Not really giving up many chances off those bobbled plays.
A few players fanning on pucks as well in this first period.
It's a warm afternoon where I am. I have to assume it's rather warm in Perth as well.
Bailey with a wrist shot, and Moonen gloves that one. Well, I did get a message from a friend of mine who lives in Perth, and it was 30 odd degrees today, so it's definitely warm in Perth today. So
that will have an effect on the ice surface. Anyone who's played the game here in Australia will know that on hot days the ice isn't always as cooperative as you'd like it to be. But to the Adelaide fans' delight, Emma Moonen all over everything thus far. Really looking impressive in the pipes.
Mackenzie now Trying to find Reader, just feeding it back towards the slot. Couldn't find a teammate. Cebulski now will just chip it along the boards and chase after her own puck. Collects it now at the right circle. Tries to cut back in. McClellan does well, but Cebulski behind the net gathers the puck. Feeds it back up to the blue line. Aris. Back to Cebulski. Back to Aris. Gets a wrist shot towards goal. Able to deal with that one, the Inferno. Wigan trying to keep it in. A bouncing puck is gloved down from the Inferno.
Really swinging at that one, I think, has drawn a high sticking stoppage, so we'll see the play come back into the Inferno zone. Impressive. Been a bit impressive if they had have knocked it down, but I think just swinging at it made the referee say no thank you.
Off the face off, the Inferno. They just play it in behind their own net, and now they'll break clear through Salmons. Martin does well, just a pressure Salmons who dumps it in. Scarlett will chase after it, gets to the puck first. Scarlett now feeds it back in towards the slot. Clark Crumpton was streaking in, couldn't control it. Cooper now trying to backhand that one in, it gets blocked. Finally able to just dump it in. Venus just sends it to Langevin. Langevin now, nice little chip pass into the neutral zone. Malthaner now trying to get around the defender, waiting for some teammates, gets held up down at the end boards. Still has it, does Malthaner. Working away, but the numbers, they win out. The rush though, can they keep it in the zone? They do. Great work on the blue line. The Inferno now finally able to get it out.
Got an arm in the air. And we will see our first penalty of the afternoon. I believe it will be the rush to enjoy the first power play of the afternoon. Ooh, as we see
Zoe Webb.
Yeah, Webb off to the box for tripping, as called by the official. Very helpfully on screen.
So a big opportunity for the Adelaide Rush here.
Absolutely.
Corbeta at the blue line.
On their count.
It's a shot towards goal that goes wide. The Inferno can't clear it. Malthaner has the puck. Just goes in behind the net. Finds Aris, feeds it up to Corbeta. Corbeta now the wrist shot towards goal. That gets saved by King. Another shot on goal. King saves that one. There's a loose puck. They have it in behind the net. King is down. King's lost her stick. A big block in front of goal. Corbeta though keeps it in. Malthaner back to Corbeta at the blue line. Over to the right circle looking for Aris. Too much on it. Aris just smacks that one in behind the net. Salmon's trying to get it out of the zone, and the Inferno finally do.
Adelaide doing a fantastic job of moving the puck around in the attacking zone. They're generating their chances. Just haven't been able to capitalise just yet. The Perth defence very disciplined in their structure.
Now the rush, 40 seconds remaining in the period. 50 on the power play. Cebulski does well, gets a shot towards goal, it goes high and wide. Langevin chases after this one. Lunn scored yesterday, gets a wrist shot towards King, who makes a save. They battle now, Cooper and Langevin. Lunn goes in to help. The bouncing puck, Wegan and Malcolm. Lunn now has the puck, gets worried off it. Wegan now backs up to the blue line. Goes across to the other side. Venus gets a shot on goal. It's deflected. There's a loose puck. There's a shot towards goal.
Stoppage there for, appears to be, I think the net's off, but that's another fantastic bit of power play action here from Adelaide. They've looked dangerous with the advantage thus far through their only opportunity in the first. Been the first sustained pressure that King has had to face so far, and she's looked fantastic. Rather non-phased by it, which is what you want.
Cebulski now in behind King. And that'll do it for one period of play here at Cockburn Ice Arena, and these two teams cannot be split. We did see this yesterday between the first two periods. It was 1-1, 2-2. And after one period of play here, it is 0-0. Plenty of chances back and forth between these two teams. Anything that stood out to you, Ben?
Well, the word that really stands out to me through 20 minutes of play here for both sides is structure. Both sides really exhibiting a lot of structure in how they're going about their own game plan. Perth, the Inferno, they're not afraid to use the entirety of the attacking zone. Frequently, they're utilising drop passes. They're going back to their point, and then they're reloading to re-attack the front of the net after being forced to the corners. And the Adelaide rush, countering the rush, ironically, fantastic at closing down on that centre lane and really taking away high-value real estate in their defensive zone. And that's turning into opportunities back in the other direction. But yeah, structure out of both sides.
Only one penalty in that first period, so definitely a free-flowing game between the two teams. We'll have a short intermission, have an ice cut, and we'll come back for the big second period. Don't go anywhere.
Join us.
Welcome back to Cockburn Ice Arena for this clash between the Perth Inferno and the Adelaide Rush in the Australian Women's Ice Hockey League. We are locked in at 0-0 after one period of play, and the Perth Inferno with a 7-1-0-1 record. They do sit top of the standings in the Australian Women's Ice Hockey League, and the Adelaide Rush in fifth with a 1-6-2-0 record. Tied at 0-0 after one period. I'm Andrew McDougall. Alongside me is Ben Chalker. An interesting first period, Ben. Only one penalty, plenty of action at both ends, and both goaltenders absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, that's been the tale of the game through one period so far. Both goaltenders looking fantastic, doing exactly what you would want them to be doing as like a coach and as a fan. Both teams' goalies have been fantastic. King, maybe not as tested as Moonen has been through one period, but that's not to say that Adelaide have not generated plenty of fantastic opportunities. Their forecheck has been marvellous, but as I mentioned in the outro to the first period, structure has been sort of the key point for both sides in that opening period, and that has applied mostly to the Inferno's defensive unit in their own zone, really bailing King out on a few opportunities, making sure that there's been no sustained pressure in their zone, with the only exception being that the power play that they enjoyed.
As you see, closing up the door now, we'll have a look at the officials for today's game as well. The referees Fraser Olsen and Sean Evans, and the linespersons Ashley Taylor and Owen Corral are officiating today. And we did mention that in that first period, Ben. It's not an easy job being an official,
no,
especially a sport like ice hockey.
No, I've had the experience of officiating at a couple of levels, nowhere near this level, of course, but it's a thankless task. So we wish them all the best for the rest of the game as it unfolds here this afternoon.
Off the face-off, the opening draw, the Adelaide Rush, they just dump it in deep, and they'll look to go on that forecheck once again. The Perth Inferno, though, through Sarah Salmons at their right circle with speed. Got Scala in front. They freed it back in front. They couldn't get a stick on it. There's plenty of bodies there in front of Moonen, and Kate Tahima, the Adelaide Rush captain, will just chip it in to relieve the pressure. Bailey now, the two captains, Tahima and Bailey together there. Spins and turns, and Salmons now just chips it into the neutral zone, looking for Clark Crumpton. Does get held up, and Cebulski just chips and will try and chase after it. Bailey does well again, get back defensively. And that'll be icing.
As I mentioned at the end of the first period there, the Inferno not afraid to utilise the entirety of the attacking zone. They love to gain the zone with some speed and then post up a little drop pass, or really utilise their point players to create space and give them a bit more options in attacking the net.
Cooper. Scala stripped off it by Cebulski. Cebulski get a shot on goal. Might have been cool beater. That goes up and out of play.
We'll look back at a good opportunity here for Adelaide. Again, as I keep mentioning, that defensive structure for Perth really taking away that opportunity. A good passing play for Adelaide. Just couldn't get that last little bit of the shot through. King not really bothered with that one as it went up into the netting.
Bit of a scramble, and Zoe Webb now. Or Abby Webb, sorry. Tried to break clear. Venus now. A big slap shot towards King that goes wide. Goes out the other side, Malcolm. Trying to collect that puck. The Rush keep it in. Trying a wrist shot. There's a body in front now. There's a breakaway opportunity here for Noddle. Trying to chase that one down, and Venus dives and tries to break up the play, and Moonen covers up.
Excellent defensive play there. Good to see the little fist bump in back play there. Both players acknowledging each other. Good competitive spirit there. Big dive. Great work. Not taking a penalty on that one. It's real easy to make that desperation play and end up tripping up the attacking player, but fantastic awareness from the Adelaide Rush player on the back play there.
Off the face-off. Adelaide Rush trying to gain control. Langevin just trying to lift it up and get it out of the zone. Mackenzie keeps it in behind the net. He's pressured along the boards. Adelaide Rush now. Morthaner looking to spin and play it through the neutral zone. They do. Langevin chases that one down. Langevin still has a puck, backhand shot on goal, and King makes a save. They're digging away at it. There is a whistle.
There, brought that one undone. King slow to get back up there. Fantastic opportunity there. Really, again, doing what it says on the tin, utilising the rush. Adelaide forcing their way to the net there. King makes the stop and is back on their feet now. Resetting, having a chat with the referee. Good to see they're none the worse for wear.
A shot off the face-off, that goes high. As King watched that one float over the top. The Adelaide Rush trying to keep it in the zone, they can't.
Very nearly kept that one in, but the linesman on the far side of the ice. Calling that one.
Have a neutral zone face-off. Salmons and Tahima.
Start. Try again.
The officials don't like that one.
Salmons appealing the call there. I think it was Sibalewski just a little bit quick on the draw. A bit too much on her toes.
The battle in the neutral zone. Salmons now gets a puck and finds Scala on that far side. Scala now the wrist shot towards goal and straight into the logo of Moonen, who makes a save.
Following that one up. Safe as houses is Emma Moonen so far. Bit of a change up of a shot through traffic there, but not taking any chances. Clamping down on that one. In the defensive zone draw.
Bit of a scramble, but the Adelaide Rush able to try and gather the puck. They feed it back in front, the Perth Inferno, and Salmon scores! It was Michelle Clark-Crumpton down low, feeding it back in front, and Salmon sliding in the slot, able to bury it past Moonen.
An unfortunate defensive miscue from the Adelaide Rush behind their own net. I think they were trying to pass it to one another in behind the net there and then just lost in coverage out in front. Perth Inferno, number 9, banks that one home to give the home side their first lead of the afternoon.
Well, it's what you mentioned. It's what you mentioned, Ben, in that first period. The Inferno work down low in behind the net and happy to feed it back in front, and they get rewarded.
Extremely comfortable doing that. Unfortunately, this time, the Adelaide Rush defensive structure just didn't have enough time to reassert itself off that draw deep in their own zone.
Now Georgia McClellan, all 3 zones, left circle, wrist shot on goal. And Moonen makes a good glove save.
Moonen trying to re-establish stability in their own zone, freezing that one out, gloving that one down. It looked like it was probably going a little bit high over the net, but not taking any chances. Reasserting stability, giving our team a chance to reset themselves.
It is a good sign to see the goaltender after a goal being able to glove one comfortably. And
absolutely. Absolutely. Just making the definitive decision. Just freeze it out. Lets everybody reset. Get back, because it's always disruptive, giving up a goal in your own zone like that, giving your defence a chance.
Now, Riley Martin just cutting back in, looking for a shooting lane. Fanned on it. Bailey now in behind the net, just spinning and turning. Still has the puck, the Inferno captain. Backhands that one. Trying to find Malcolm. Malcolm getting worried off it by Morthaner. Inferno able to get the puck again though. Can't clear it now.
Excellent read.
Found in the slot and the shot. It went high and wide. But a big opportunity for the Adelaide Rush.
Yeah, fantastic defensive read at the blue line there by the Adelaide forward, coming in late. Perth trying to lob that one out of their zone, but stepping into the lane and blocking that shot down before getting a shot of their own away. Great response out of Adelaide so far.
Georgia McClellan trying to find Zoe Webb, beat Zoe Webb, now it's held up. And now Kate Tahima feeds it back towards the slot, had Aris jumping up off the blue line and beat everyone and back out to the neutral zone.
Just feathered that one a little bit behind Their player at the blue line did Adelaide.
Tahima now. Venning spins and just tries to play that one towards the slot. There's no one there. It's cut off. Now the Perth Inferno. Rita trying to track that one down. Aris gets there first. Nice little backhand pass, finds Cebulski. Cebulski now able to exit the zone. Gets held up at the red line as Bailey now gains control of the puck. Enters the offensive zone at the left circle. Looking to cut back in. It's a wrist shot on goal. That goes wide.
Change up there. Looked like Moonen had to look around for it.
Malthana now all alone here. Gets a wrist shot towards King. That goes wide. Venus now collects it out the other side. Venus now feeds it back in front. Lund couldn't control it. Martin now in that far corner. Now the Inferno. They'll look to break clear. Salmons now with speed. Cuts back in at the blue line. Nice little backhand pass, finds Scala. Couldn't quite control it. Scala now feeds it back in front. There's no one there for the Inferno. It's a loose puck and Moonen able to cover it up.
Yeah, Moonen having to dive out on that one. A defenseman trying to hold that one in place to try and get the closure. But here we see Perth Inferno really utilising their neutral zone structure to freeze out the puck and turn it into an attacking zone opportunity. Going out wide. A shot, a bit of a change-up, as I mentioned. Moonen had to fight to find that one before putting it into the near side corner.
Inferno, they keep it in. Just push one towards the slot now. Salmon's looking to take over. Clark Crumpton spins and falls. It's the Adelaide Rush just trying to get out of the zone. They do. Inferno have the numbers though. Webb. It's held up at the end boards. Lenjavin does well just to put some pressure on. Scala now. 4 players getting in there, digging away to trying to release the puck. The Adelaide Rush do now. From the blue line, a wrist shot towards goal. It gets deflected and wide. Lakoviak can't control the puck. Still trying Lakoviak. Finally does now. Wegan finds Martin. Martin now in the slot. Wrist shot towards goal. King gets down, makes a good pad save. Bedell now takes over. Feeds it back towards the blue paint. It's a loose puck. Working away hard. The Adelaide Rush is still loose. Georgia McClellan finally able to relieve the pressure. Lakoviak will chase this one down. Gets to it first. Just cuts back. Feeds it back up to the blue line. It beats Zoe Webb.
Fantastic opportunity for the Rush just moments ago. Their first sustained opportunity of the period so far.
Malcolm now will chase that one down for the Inferno in that far corner. They both collide and go down, the 2 players. Aris now just chips out along the boards, just trying to clear the pressure. Now the Adelaide Rush through Kulbita. Just trying to deke her way past Cooper, loses the handle on it. It's in behind the net though, spins and turns. Still has it, left circle, tries to get a shot away, blocked. Inferno do a great job to get a stick in. Cooper down behind the net, they both fall over. Lund now tries to backhand that one. And Lund goes down. It looks like we have a penalty.
Something was definitely called. There was a hard fall from the Adelaide player in the far corner there. Let's see what the call ends up being.
I think it might be body checking.
Yeah. The Adelaide player in that far corner definitely fell hard. Yeah, it looks like the call is indeed body checking. That's the signal given by the referee on the near side. Adelaide with their second power play opportunity of the game so far. They'll obviously be hungry to convert. Misplay on the draw there.
Isla Malcolm sitting in the box. Big chance here for the Adelaide Rush.
Great keeping at the blue line there by Adelaide. Fantastic.
Malthana now. Plays it down low. They fit it back in front. Riley Martin looking for the one-timer. And it beats Riley Martin. Goes all the way back down to the Inferno zone. Or the Rush zone, sorry.
Adelaide leaning on their passing play here. It's fantastic to see. They'll convert. As soon as they get the opportunity, they'll convert. They're certainly dangerous when I saw them play at Erina last weekend, picking up their first win of the season. Their power play was dangerous every time it was on the ice. And they've shown no difference today.
Now Salmons does well defensively just to hold up the Adelaide Rush and just clear the zone. Excellent
defensive play there.
Inferno make a change. Lakoviak, though, keeps that into the blue line, looking to chase that one down. AWIHL, though, gets back defensively. Now AWIHL down that right wing for the Adelaide Rush. Gets a wrist shot towards goal. Blocked, though, into the legs. Out the back door, Cebulski couldn't quite gather the puck. Had a bit of an open net there. Now it's caught up in the corner. Lakoviak now. Just plays that all the way down to Moonen. Forces Moonen into a save. Plays it to Wegan. 34 seconds remaining on the power play. Venus now. They look to skate through all three zones and does so. Looking to cut back in. Gets a wrist shot towards goal. That goes wide. Feed it back towards the blue paint. There's no one there. The Adelaide Rush. Langevin now. Gathers the puck in behind the net. Looking for a teammate. Back up to the blue line. Venus now. Looking for a shooting lane. Just waiting. Now fires it towards goal. It bounces off. There's a rebound opportunity. No one there for the Adelaide Rush. Two players collide. And the Inferno able to clear to see out the power play.
Back to 5-on-5 now. Excellent. Excellent PK from the Inferno. They move to 2 for 2 on the penalty kill.
Clark Crumpton now finds Salmons. Salmons now take the blue line at that right circle. Shoots, and that goes wide.
Excellent. Excellent shot there from Salmons. Using her speed and then shooting back against the grain.
Lund gets a shot on King. Gets down and pads that one away. The Rush, though, trying to keep it in. They can't. They regain control, though. Martin, great stick work there from Webb. Now the Rush just dump it back in. Now the Rush have it. They get a shot on King. There's a rebound opportunity. King stands tall, makes a save, and the rebound as well as Kulbita. Couple of chances there. Bailey now taking it away for the Inferno. Bailey now enters the zone. Holding it, feeds it back towards the blue paint. There is no one there. Goes out the other side. Now the Adelaide Rush, they'll go back the other way. Opportunity now for Martin. Martin gets a wrist shot towards goal and King saves that with the right pad. Feeding it back up towards the blue line. There's no one there and they'll have to retreat. Abby Webb finds Bailey. Inferno able to work it out and they come over to this near side. It's Clark Crumpton now. Clark Crumpton with a big slap shot towards goal and Mooner makes a good save. AWIHL was a bit of coverage there, taking away the eyes of her own goaltender. Able to make the save. Tahima now. Looking to play it down that left wing. Just goes through the legs of Molthaner. Inferno, they'll look to go back the other way. Venus does well defensively. McClellan looking to find the outlet pass from Malcolm. It beats Malcolm. Botterill finds Venus. Inferno though, Lakoviak takes control. Lakoviak just couldn't find a passing lane. The Adelaide Rush now just losing their handle on that one. We have seen that a fair bit in this game. It's not able to keep the handle on the passes. Inferno dump it back in. I
don't know whether it's an issue with the ice surface itself, but there's been a lot of bouncy pucks. There's been a lot of passes that sort of haven't gone where it seems like players are intending them to go, whether it's because the puck is starting to stick a little bit, whether it's just a little bit bouncy. It just seems like players on both sides are starting to have to fight the puck a little bit here.
Venus now in behind her own net, trying to just chip that away. Lund now takes over. Bailey keeps it in at the blue line, then just dumps it back in. Garbutt will go in and try and retrieve the puck. Adelaide Rush though. Bailey now at the blue line, a wrist shot towards Moonen, and Moonen sees that all away and holds on.
Moonen doing a great job picking that one out of the pile there. Inferno doing a fantastic job of really sustaining zone time and zone pressure, regaining loose pucks, reloading and going back on the attack again. The Adelaide defence will be happy to get that shift change in. The opportunity to get some fresh legs on the ice. The
Inferno win the draw, but it comes back out to the neutral zone. They'll have to retreat for the delayed offside.
See another
Cebulski, though, does well defensively, finds it back into the slot. Back to Cebulski, backhand pass into the slot. There's no one there.
Adelaide
Venus
creating
jumps
a
up.
lot of those chances. They're moving the puck through the crease, and they're just not able to get the handle on that last little shot.
Kulbita now cycling around, back up to the blue line. A great stick work there from Scala. Cebulski, though, regathers the puck, enters the zone once again with speed. He just looks to play it off the boards back up to the blue line. The Adelaide Rush, they can't keep it in. Now Scala will take the blue line right circle, gets a wrist shot towards Moonen as a rebound. A good save from Moonen.
Stop there.
Clark Crumpton feeds it back into the slot, and there's no one there for the Inferno. Inferno dump it in. They'll make a change. Ayres. The Adelaide Rush is trying to feed it back to Ayres. Beats everyone for icing.
Lead pass there, didn't quite find its mark. It'll come all the way back to the right of screen, but here's that opportunity for Scala coming back down the other way. Getting a shot there right as the defence comes across to really maximise the screen opportunity of the defender there. Very smart play out of Scala there. But Moonen up to the task this time.
Inferno win that. Lakoviak now wrist shot towards goal. That goes wide to the right.
That was close.
An opportunity, a bit of daylight there for Lakoviak to fire at.
Big
Cebulski now takes over. The Adelaide Rush into the slot now. Cebulski just couldn't get a shot away.
The near side referee had their arm up the entire way into the zone there. You can probably speculate with a high degree of accuracy what that was for.
And Lakoviak will sit in the penalty box. Holding call.
Holding call. I'd have been wrong. Holding call. Presumably.
So Lakoviak, who had that opportunity just prior, now will sit in the penalty box for 2 minutes.
Adelaide, their third opportunity with the man advantage.
A shot from the blue line, trying to redirect in front. Goes wide. Wegan now. Cebulski. Just holds on to it. Cebulski to Wegan. Wegan now, wrist shot towards goal. It's deflected wide. Cebulski will take over again. He's trying to control that puck. Wegan. Back to Cebulski. Back to Wegan. Wegan now, another shot towards goal. That's blocked. Cebulski now, wrist shot towards goal. There's a rebound opportunity. King made the save. Cebulski now, another chance to get a shot away. That gets deflected wide.
Excellent shifting defence out of the Inferno
now
here,
Cebulski
doing a great job.
Tries to lift it over King. That goes wide. Strong power play so far.
Really good. As I mentioned earlier, the power plays looked fantastic, but just the Inferno's structure on the penalty kill has been unassailable. Adjusting really well through everything Adelaide's thrown at them so far.
Cebulski now trying to find space and time to shoot. Cebulski still trying. Couldn't try to get the shot away, and Garbutt clears for the Inferno. 36 seconds remaining on the Lakoviak penalty as the Inferno make a much needed change.
They'll rush onto the ice.
Martin. Back to Kulbita. Ayres now. That goes wide. Tahima goes in behind the net. Feeds it back up to Kulbita at the blue line. Just walks the blue line. Gets a wrist shot towards goal. It bounces off some skates. Still able to control it though. The Adelaide Rush. It is Tahima. Back to Kulbita. Kulbita now looking to find Ayres on that far side. Malthana now looking to keep it in. Salmons does well. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Inferno trying to play it through Scala. Kulbita lose the handle on that one. Scala now feeds it back. Tries a wraparound opportunity. And Moonen makes a save.
Reading that one perfectly. Inferno very nearly creating something out of nothing there on the attacking zone, but Moonen seemed to have that one read from about an hour and a half ago. She saw the play come in behind her own net and decided to just camp out on that post rather astutely, freezing out that opportunity.
We were just talking before as well about the ice surface and a very uncharacteristic losing of the puck from Corbita there as well. The Rush able to stay on site.
Played into their favour there momentarily. Managing to keep everybody on side.
Tahima. Noddle now. Nice pass to find Lakoviak. Nice stick work there, couldn't find the lane. Noddle falls over. The Inferno though, through Lakoviak, able to enter the zone. They get a wrist shot towards goal. Mooner makes a save. Venus cleans up the rebound opportunity. The Inferno still have it though. Another wrist shot towards goal. And that goes in behind the net. Good save from Mooner. Noddle now tries to feed it back in front. Langevin taking over for the Adelaide Rush. Able to get it out of the zone.
Puck up into the netting, which is the stoppage we'll see there. The neutral zone, but see Inferno player catching their feet. But we've seen it happen a couple of times now. The Inferno, they're gaining the zone, they're forcing their way in on the net, and they're waiting for the Adelaide Rush defence to come across to play them, and then they're letting the shot go. It's a smart shooting tactic that the Inferno are employing to get the goaltender second guessing where that shot is coming from and whether there's going to be any interference on it. And to Adelaide's credit, Moonen has been all over it thus far.
Another opportunity there. Mackenzie with a tight angle shot and Moonen able to make the save. And the rebound is cleared, so that'll be icing.
A little bit of coaching staff's opinion on the forecheck on that play there, but as you mentioned, Moonen making a great shoulder save on that opportunity down low, the low angle shot from the Inferno.
Bailey now just pushes that one towards goal. Mackenzie will collect the puck in that far corner, just feeding it back in behind the net. Adelaide Rush is trying to play it off the boards and relieve the pressure. Bailey keeps it in. Another wrist shot towards goal. That's blocked. The Adelaide Rush, they do relieve the pressure all the way down to King. Will force King into a save. He won't take any chances and cover up as Bedell was steaming in.
Yep. Still doing a good job chasing down that opportunity, but the quick whistle from the officiating crew means there's no extracurriculars that go on. Had that whistle come a little bit later, we may have seen a little more pushing and shoving as the Inferno defence come to their goaltenders.
We see the shots on goal was slanting in favour of the Inferno now, 26-19.
Yeah, Adelaide closing that gap down just a little bit, but obviously the home side having the sway of play thus far.
Zabulski now looking for a wraparound opportunity, gets a shot on goal. King makes a save, the puck is in the air, gloved down by the Inferno. Just trying to get rid of the puck. Corbita now keeps it in, finds Venus, skates in behind King, holds onto the puck, does Venus, now just cuts back, looking for some teammates, finds Tahima in behind the net. Tahima now back up to Corbita. Corbita at the blue line, gets a wrist shot towards goal. That's blocked in the skates by Mackenzie, and the Inferno clear it.
Great attacking zone puck movement there from Adelaide. Starting to find a bit of flow to their game now, especially in the attacking zone. They're getting multiple attacking opportunities in single passes
Venus
of
now,
play, which is what you
left
want.
circle. It's a loose puck in the blue paint, and King covers up.
Good save there from King, but Bailey probably the beneficiary of a lucky bounce there as it came off of her skates, and King pouncing on the loose puck in the blue paint, giving up no additional opportunities, even though the Rush player was in there and ready. We're seeing the difference in experience playing out here so far. Adelaide are creating a lot of fantastic opportunities, but just the experience in net and in the defensive unit that the Inferno can boast is sort of coming to the fore here. Because yes, the home side have the advantage on the shot clock, but I think opportunities are probably about even. The The youthful inexperience of Adelaide is frustrating them a bit here so far. Quick icing call there made. Adelaide not happy about the Inferno player chopping that puck away, but we'll come back to the left of screen and resume action in just a moment.
1 minute and 9 seconds remaining in the second period. Inferno leading this one 1-0 thanks to Sarah Salmon's goal. Off the face-off, Georgia McClellan will track that one in behind the net. Finds Webb. Inferno trying to get out of the zone. It does bounce out. And they'll go forward now. Clark Crumpton trying to chase that one down. Aris gets a stick in there. Clark Crumpton with a backhand pass towards the slot. Inferno keep it in though. Now the Adelaide rush. Coolbeater look to go forward. Morthaner now. One-on-one opportunity here. A shot that goes into the skates. Coolbeater now. Backhand pass towards the slot. No one's there. The Perth Inferno now. They'll go back the other way. Sarah Salmons with speed. Takes the blue line now. Looks to cut back in. Gets a shot towards Moon and it goes wide. Clark Crumpton takes over. Down low. Looks to feed it back in front. Inferno now. Bailey couldn't get a wrist shot away. The Adelaide rush now. He's trying to chip it and chase it. Puck gets stuck near the blue line.
Unfortunately, the linesman stepped into that one. Much to everyone's dismay.
Aris gets to the red line and just fires a shot towards King. He does play it and Cooper will take over. Tahima goes in on the forecheck for the Adelaide rush.
King slow to take their feet again after that one, whether they were just watching the clock, seeing that there was only a few seconds left. So.
And after 2 periods of play, it's a Perth Inferno through a goal through Sarah Salmons, assisted by Michelle Clark-Crumpton and Elizabeth Scala. That number 1 line for the Perth Inferno doing all the damage. They lead this one 1-0 after 2 periods of play. A few opportunities for either team, Ben, but it is the Perth Inferno who are able to break through.
Yeah, both sides really showing off what they have to offer the league here so far. As I mentioned very briefly there towards the end of that period, I think we're seeing the inexperience of the Adelaide rush is somewhat hampering them here. And I mean that in the sense that they're creating a lot of opportunities, and what's stopping them from really getting that final bit of execution is just the experience of the Inferno's defense and goaltender that they're playing against. Like, they seem to be reading the bounces just that fraction of a second faster, so they're getting sticks in lanes, they're clearing away bouncing pucks, whereas it seems like that same bouncing puck, Adelaide are having to take a second and like turn their feet to get towards the puck so that they can swipe at the bouncing puck that's headed towards net. Absolutely not something that Adelaide should be panicking about, not something that they should be, changing any of their gameplay or their strategy over. Literally just being aware of those bouncing pucks, being ready for it when it does come through to the crease. They've got players in all of the right places. They're creating the opportunities. They're just that last little bit, and as soon as it clicks, I think it's game on. It's a 1-0 lead on the board. It's a lot closer than that on the ice.
They did start to generate some opportunities the back half of that second period with the power play as well.
That's exactly my point. Like, they're getting those opportunities and they're generating them, and it's not just a case of they're getting a lucky bounce and they're creating an opportunity off of a rush down the other way. No, they're gaining the zone. They're setting up play. They're making multiple passes. They're moving it between themselves, and they're looking in control. They're looking like they are looking for the opportunities, and they're so close. I think Perth, they're up on the board, but they really, really need to make sure that they're on their game, because Adelaide's giving them nothing. Excuse me. It's a lot closer than it seems.
Absolutely.
And it's only 1-0.
Yeah, absolutely. We see the Zamboni out on the ice, so that means we'll have a short break for the second intermission. We'll come back for a big, big third period. This is the Australian Women's Ice Hockey League. The Perth Inferno, they lead it 1-0 over the Adelaide Rush. Welcome back to Cockburn Ice Arena as we get set for a big third period here in the Australian Women's Ice Hockey League. It is the Perth Inferno against the Adelaide Rush, and the Perth Inferno are leading 1-0. And we have the 1-0 lead, the Inferno leading. We'll have a look at the standings quickly just to see what sort of implications it does have. The Inferno sitting first at the moment on 22 points. The Melbourne Ice, who are playing in the Melbourne Derby today, on second on 21. The Lightning third on 14. The Sirens fourth on 13 points. The Adelaide Rush in fifth on 7 points. And across the page, the Melbourne Ducks, they are sitting in sixth position on 1 point. So the big opportunity here for the Perth Inferno to increase their lead at the top of the standing if they can hold on for a win here.
They'll be hungry to do that, obviously, as they will do every game, obviously. Back underway for a big third period. Shout out to Riley Langill working the camera for us this afternoon. A familiar face and a familiar name in Perth ice hockey. Love to see the cross-code support. Not really cross-code, but cross-league support.
Absolutely, doing a fantastic job. Here's Riley as well.
Absolutely.
And I love seeing people from all around the world as well, Ben. We've got Frank
absolutely.
Lambert tuning in from Montreal. I've seen that name pop up in the live YouTube comments.
Yep, he's been...
So it's great to get support from all across the world.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Shout out to everybody tuning in from all over the globe. We are thrilled to have you with us. It is a pleasure and a privilege to bring you these games. Whatever the time is, wherever you are in the world, you are warmly welcome to join us here.
Hopefully we aren't putting them to sleep with our commentary today.
No, mate, I'm far too annoying to put anyone to sleep.
A couple of back-to-back icings here sort of slowed the game down a little bit. We go back to centre ice here for this one.
To the middle. We saw as the second period started to unfold before Adelaide enjoyed their third power play of the game thus far. It started to open up a little bit. We were getting into a little bit of a track meet, going end to end, which is good to see. Obviously both coaching teams, or both coaching staffs, have had a bit of a word with their squads to try and calm things down a little bit, assert themselves on the play as we see Adelaide.
Big collision at the end boards there. It's Coolbeater going down. We have a delayed penalty. It's Coolbeater slowly get up, and the Adelaide Rush, they won't want to have their star import down on the ice, and she looks okay.
Yep.
There's a big collision.
Making their way back to the bench. Adelaide seemingly on their fourth consecutive power play of the afternoon. As I mentioned in the outro to the second period, their power play has looked dangerous. They're generating their chances. They're just missing that very last little bit of execution. But it'll come. They're a young team. They've got a new coaching staff who are doing a fantastic job. Their team looks good. They just haven't enjoyed that kind of the execution and the success that is very clearly building. It's on its way. You've just got to stick it out. We've got a number of young players who are still developing, who are going to be a problem for the league for a long time.
Jordan Coolbeater on the puck now, so it's good to see Coolbeater still out there after that big hit. AWIHL, just a wrist shot towards goal. It gets deflected in behind the net, and Tahima will take over. Back to AWIHL. AWIHL now, back to Coolbeater. Coolbeater finds Malthaner. Tries a little wrist shot, but it gets deflected. Now they go to work again in behind the net. Martin and Tahima are there. Tahima will take it away, feeds it back up to Coolbeater. Coolbeater now, wrist shot towards the goal. There's a loose puck. Martin can't get on the end of it. It's lost in the skates. Another wrist shot towards goal, and King makes a save.
King unbothered by that one, but having a bit of a chat with the referee afterwards. The second chance swiping at that one by Adelaide. King taking a bit of an issue with, but her defensive unit in front clearing the porch rather effectively. As Adelaide continue to generate chances. National team goaltender, when you're facing off against the national team goaltender, you're going to have to do something special to get success.
You see Adelaide now rolling out their PP2. They get a shot here on goal. That goes wide. That was Lunn. Had all sorts of time there off the face-off. Venus just tries to dump it back in. Comes out to the neutral zone now. Garbutt takes the puck away from Venus and skates in now, dangling and deking her way through, going on the backhand, getting a shot on goal. That goes wide. Big opportunity short-handed for the Perth Inferno. Now the Adelaide Rush. Langevin now at that right circle. Couldn't get a pass or a shot away. And it was a great work from Abby Webb to get a stick in there, and King covers up.
Yeah, King quick to freeze that one out. The Inferno defence stepping in to clear away any secondary opportunity there. 15 for the Inferno, closing out the opportunity there.
Off the face-off, Kilbita now. He quarterbacks his power play 1 unit for the Adelaide Rush. 25 seconds remaining. Finds Malthana. Goes back to Kilbita. Goes down to Aris. And that deflects off a stick and out of play.
Into the netting. We'll see another face-off in the attacking zone. Adelaide doing a great job of winning their draws and setting up their attacking zone opportunities. Kilbita, as you mentioned, capably quarterbacking this opportunity.
Kilbita now. Big slap shot towards goal. Looking for a redirect. Plenty of bodies in front. It just battered down. Aris now. Kilbita. Gets a wrist shot towards King, and King gets down low and makes a save. A bit of a sneaky one, but King was able to hold on.
Yeah, wide open shooting lane really developed for Kilbita there. Decided not to muck about and took full opportunity there. You see the really nice camera angle on that one as it opened up for her right down Main Street, but King proving her worth. Following that one up and giving them no secondary chances.
Tahima just spins and dumps that one in as the time winds down on the penalty.
Yep, I think the penalty's actually expired.
Yep.
Scorebug not cooperating with us, but time ticks on.
Reader now takes a blue line, has time at that right circle, gets a wrist shot towards goal. It is saved and deflected wide. Another shot from the blue line that goes in behind. Another shot towards the blue paint that gets deflected in behind. And the Adelaide Rush able to clear it all the way down to King. That'll be icing.
Icing on that one as we try and reset the scorebug on screen. The shot clock has closed down. The Adelaide Rush drawing within 4 there. I believe it's 28 to 24 on the shot clock. So they're inching their way closer. 16-16 remaining in this third period on the in-house pot.
Inferno, they win that draw. They're just happy to try and chip it in behind the net. Venus will get there and try and shovel that one just to try and clear it. Georgia McClellan now jumps up off the blue line and backhand pass towards a goal. And Riley Martin intercepts that one for the Adelaide Rush. They'll look to try and go forward. Can't stick the pass. Inferno, great job defensively. Langevin now with time and gets a shot on goal. That goes wide. A big opportunity forming. Langevin now regathers a puck. Looks to feed it back up to the blue line. It gets deflected out by the Inferno.
Waved off on that one.
Now Tahima with speed. Goes through all 3 zones. The captain of the Adelaide Rush looking to find a pass into the slot. Couldn't find Bedell. It beats everyone now. Clark Crumpton looking for Scala. Tahima though, both sides of the puck, gets back defensively. Scala now trying to control it. It's the Adelaide Rush though. Bedell gets worried off it. Clark Crumpton. Vanning gets to the blue line and just dumps it back in. That's the delayed offside. Bailey now.
Slowly back to the bench there, Adelaide player.
Bailey now with speed. Gets a wrist shot on goal and Mooner makes a great save. There's a rebound opportunity. Adelaide Rush able to clear it. Now Cebulski will go back the other way. Cebulski now. Not a lot of options. Gets pushed over into the boards by Lukoviak. Martin now will go down low to help out. The Adelaide Rush trying to retrieve that puck. They do now. It's in behind the net. They feed it back in front. A wrist shot towards goal. That goes wide.
Excellent work there from Cebulski. Really just tenacious off the puck. Really all over it. Seems to find her way to the puck every time it changes direction. Number 4 in the pale blue is just all over everything. And really not worried about their opposition's size either. Taking on players twice her height.
Wraparound opportunity by Cebulski there. And King's able to make the save.
As I mentioned, Cebulski, just an absolute terrier in the attacking zone, just going after a loose puck there, trying to create something on the far side post. But King, as mentioned, read that one well in advance, and it closed down all available opportunities.
Off the face-off, over in that far corner now. Venus is there. Riley Martin falls over, and McClellan as well, both on the ice. An opportunity now for Cebulski, deking away through, trying to find a shooting lane. Plenty of numbers there for the Inferno. It goes back over to that same corner, and once again, Martin and McClellan do battle. Now the puck bounces out in behind the net. Corbita trying to track it down. McKenzie now plays it forward. Reader stretching to get on the end of that one. The Adelaide Rush do well though. Corbita just dumps it back in. Cebulski once again will go forward, trying to get past George and McClellan. Able to get the puck again. Spinning and turning. Feeds it towards a slot and there's no one there. It's been a long shift for Cebulski. Now McKenzie back the other way. Just holds up. Enters the zone. Looks to feed a pass into the slot. No one home. Wegan now. Trying to find Corbita. Bounces off from legs and goes all the way down towards King, who will glove that and ice it.
King taking no chances there. The Adelaide Rush aggressive forecheck coming through again. They'll earn themselves an attacking zone face-off to try and reload and even things up on the big board.
Off the face-off, a bit of a scramble. No one can really gain possession. Langevin now doesn't, as an arm in the air. It looks like could be Molthana heading to the penalty box, and it will be. So the Perth Inferno now will go on the power play.
They'll get their first advantage here of the afternoon. Their penalty kill's been perfect so far this afternoon. Adelaide will have to wheel out their PK unit. They've been reasonably effective so far this season. But the Inferno power play unit also very effective thus far. We'll see how this works out late in the game. Adelaide was starting to develop some momentum. And they continue to be able to do that through the short-handed stretch here.
So the Adelaide Rush, first penalty in this game. Crumpton now has the puck. Feeds that back up to the blue line. A big slap shot towards goal, and Moon makes the save.
More of the same out of number 25 in the light blue. Moonen, unfazed, was ready for that one and waiting for it as it careened in. Big point shot. The Inferno defender deciding not to muck about.
Back to the blue line. Great pressure from the Adelaide Rush. They're able to clear the zone. Now Martin will try and chase this puck down, try and beat George and McClellan. They both collide, shoulder to shoulder. McClellan wins it. Now the Inferno, they'll go forward. McKenzie just tries a little drop pass, but Martin got back defensively on the back check. The Adelaide Rush able to take the puck away. They'll go forward now. Jordan Corbita gets a shot on goal. That goes high and wide. Opportunity short-handed for the Adelaide Rush. Scala now will go back the other way for the Perth Inferno. Takes the red line. Now the blue line cuts back into the slot. Looking for a shot. Drops it off to Clark Crumpton. Scala now just wraps it down low. Clark Crumpton has Salmons in front of the net. Leaves it for Scala. Scala, little backhand pass. Back to Clark Crumpton. Bailey at the blue line. Couldn't stick the pass, and the Adelaide Rush able to clear the pressure. Clark Crumpton, little drop pass. Good stick work there from Tahima. The Inferno able to get a shot away. Malcolm. Makoviak now. Bailey. Adelaide doing a good job to get bodies in front. Big slap shot, and Bailey scores. The Perth Inferno on the power play. And the captain comes up with a big captain's goal. Or it might be Clark Crumpton with a deflection in front.
Yeah, I think there was a bit of a tip in front there. Moonen looked like she had to change as it came in. We got a big shot from the point there again. And yeah, you see Moonen, just as the shot comes in, has to twist her head. Definitely looks like Clark Crumpton got a piece of that one on the way in to extend the home side lead to 2-0.
So a big goal for the Perth Inferno. Michelle Clark Crumpton once again in the goals.
Never far away from the score sheet is number 19 for Perth.
Now the Inferno on the attack again. Georgia McClellan at the blue line. A wrist shot towards goal. Hits the side of the netting. Venus now will collect for the Adelaide Rush.
See that use of the drop pass again out of Inferno. They're very, very happy and very comfortable doing that, gaining the zone and then utilising their trailing players to open up scoring opportunities. So you don't see that a lot at this level of hockey. It's worth noting because they've been very good at it. They're using it to their advantage.
Inferno do have some offensive-minded defenders as well, so they do have that option to just drop the pass back to the blue line.
Yeah, it would be silly not to utilise that. If you've got that on your roster, it would be very silly not to utilise that. You see the coaching staff.
Now here, Cebulski now trying to deke away through a backhand shot that goes high and wide. Cebulski down low again with the puck. Pressured by two Inferno players. The Inferno win out. Now Scala will look to break clear. Little backhand pass across ice. Finds Clark Crumpton, who just backhands that one in deep. Now Ayris. Ayris enters the zone. Right circle. Wrist shot on goal. And King makes the save.
Bit of a change-up of a shot there. Ayris looked like it rolled on them a little bit at the last second there, and King had to readjust to get blocker up on that one. I think they were maybe expecting it glove side or something, but King more than up to the task of that one. Ayris showcasing her impressive speed on the counter-attack.
Now the Inferno off the face-off. Noddle just chips it forward. It's cut off by Venus. 9:32 remaining in the third period. The Inferno leading 2-0. Corbeta now through centre ice. Finds Langevin. Langevin now goes in behind the net. It's pressured by Webb. Finds Corbeta. Still has the puck now at the blue line. Just tries to slide one towards goal. It goes wide. It's in the corner. Martin's there as well. Corbeta trying to track it in the skates. Couldn't. They keep it in though. Venus. Body to body. The Rush keep it in though. Corbeta just shovels that one in behind the net. Langevin's there. Just hold on to the puck. Bailey goes in for the Inferno. Bailey able to use the body and win the puck battle. He's played along the boards looking for the Koviak. The Inferno finally able to get it out of the zone. Battle on the red line here, both teams. Garbutt now goes back to Bailey. Bailey just lifts it up for Garbutt to get onto it. Goes behind Garbutt. Cebulski now. Play it off the boards and chase after her own puck. Goes in behind the net now. Cebulski looks to feed it in front. Bounces off some bodies, doesn't quite get there. Molthaner goes down to help. Cebulski's there with Bailey. The Inferno trying to bounce it off the boards and clear it out. Garbutt now goes forward. McKenzie.
Excellent offensive stick there from the Adelaide Rush.
Cooper tracks back. Reader. Little backhand pass to Cooper. Lund just puts the body on. Ayris now takes over. Just chips it in. Webb will go back there. The Inferno. It's Abby Webb. They just chip it out to the neutral zone. Ayris will take over and just send it back. Now the Adelaide Rush. Jamie Lund now trying to find space in the slot. Just gets stood up and the Inferno able to clear it all the way down to Moonen. And that'll be icing.
Just wide of the blue paint there, much to the Inferno's frustration. Adelaide will take full advantage, get some fresh legs out on the ice. Adelaide put their foot down. They're starting to really push push the Inferno, especially in their own zone. Fantastic to see.
That last goal for Michelle Clark-Crumpton. It's 4 consecutive games with goals now. So they've gone hat-trick, 2 goals, and 1 goal today.
We expect no less. Expect no less. She's been a goal scorer in this league for a long time.
Now the Inferno. There is Michelle Clark-Crumpton now on the puck. Finds Salmons the centre ice, who just lifts it up in towards Moonen, who gloves it and plays it. Venus now will take over. Now we'll see Venus with some speed now from defence into attack. Trying to gather that puck to cut back in, just lost the handle on it. Still has it though. Feeds it back up to Corbita, walks the blue line, a big slap shot towards goal. It bounces off the shins of Scala. Adelaide Rush though trying to keep it in. The Inferno lifted out. Georgia McClellan does well as Corbita tries to go in with speed
up there.
Locks over the lines person in the process.
There's no easy jobs.
Corbita again with a wrist shot towards King and straight into the logo, and King holds on.
Not taking any chances. King will freeze that one out, give her side a chance to deploy some fresh legs. Lovely reload there. Just deciding to get a shot through on net and take the attacking zone face off. Smart bit of play there from Adelaide.
Now the Inferno able to get it out of the zone, so Adelaide will have to retreat for the delayed offside. You can see Tahima just leave that puck, and now the Inferno, they'll look to go forward. Noddle collects a puck in the skates, does well. Noddle now enters the zone. Just cuts back and then loses the puck. Aris takes the blue line, a red line now, the other blue line. Just gets that one towards King, and King just holds on to that one.
Not sure if that was an intentional shot. I think that Aris was just trying to get through traffic in front to try and generate some sort of attacking opportunity, but King wisely electing not to let that play out in any fashion. Freeze that one out and hope that the squad in front of her can win a defensive zone draw, as they do.
Aris, who spends majority of the time as a forward, so has those instincts. Now McKenzie with a wrist shot towards Moonen, and that once again goes straight into the logo and holds on.
Moonen square to the shot on that one, exactly what you want to see out of a goaltender. Really taking no chances there. Smartly, very much ready for that shot. Well played on the defensive side of things there for Adelaide too. Really not giving them the opportunity to get a cross ice pass through.
Now McKenzie finds the puck, couldn't get a shot away. Great stick work from Riley Martin. Then backhands pass to Bulbita. Tries to find Langevin. Bounces off the boards. There's a battle now between Webb and Langevin in that far corner. Langevin doing well. Now the Adelaide Rush able to gain control. Back it up to the blue line, Venus. Skates in down low. Leaves it. Trying to find Martin in the slot. The Inferno get a stick in there. That bounces all the way down the other end of the ice.
Get an icing call. Will send us all the way back to the right of screen. Another attacking zone face-off for the Adelaide Rush. They've piled up quite a number of those thus far in this period, and we're yet to see them generate much in the way of close scoring opportunities. The Inferno's defensive structure showing what they're made of late in the game.
Face off to the right of King, won by the Adelaide Rush. Aris now will just chip it in behind the net, and Tahima will chase after that one. Multhaner goes in there to help. Garbutt's digging away for the Inferno. Tahima now break clear, trying to get a shot away. Gets it back again, gets a wrist shot towards goal. His body's in front, bounces off Multhaner, goes in behind the net. The Adelaide Rush player falls over, but we do have a whistle.
Referee signalling a trip on that play. Not quite sure what was going on here, but a fantastic opportunity there Adelaide moving the puck around high in the zone. Bit of a misplay. And in their favour as the puck went in behind the net, and they've drawn another penalty. They'll get their fourth opportunity. With the numbers
it's a big chance. Big chance here for the Adelaide Rush on the power play. Let's try and get one back.
They've been pushing the entire time.
Malthaner. Kulbita. AWIHL. Just feeds that across the blue paint, and Tahima was at the back post. Couldn't get enough on it.
Again, that's
Malthaner.
that experience I've mentioned a couple of times. They're getting the
shot towards goal is a redirect. There's a loose puck in front. King made the save. Sorry, Ben.
No, you're all good. A couple of chances unfolding in short succession there. King up to the task, but Adelaide regather and reload.
AWIHL now right circle with time. Shoots on goal as a rebound. Kulbita tracks that one down. So a couple of big chances here for the Adelaide Rush on the power play. Kulbita now with the puck. Looking for a lane. Didn't like it. Circled back. Malthaner now.
That Inferno
Kulbita.
Defensive structure really coming to the fore again here. Frustrating Adelaide, not giving them shooting opportunities. Certainly no shooting lanes.
Malthaner dumps it in down low. It's a long shift here for the Perth Inferno. AWIHL just leaves that one. And they go back up to the blue line and beats Kulbita.
Unfortunate bounce there.
AWIHL now in that far corner, just cuts back, holds on to the puck. Two Inferno players go into pressure. It's Garbutt now with the stick on the puck. Bailey trying to clear it. Puck gets held up in Saborski. Drops it down now. Wigan. They just dump it in. Saborski now will take over. Feeds it back to that left circle, looking for Lunn.
10 seconds left.
Venus now. Just waiting. Back up to the blue line. Shot towards goal from Wigan. Plenty of sticks there for the Inferno, and they just clear it back to 5-on-5 hockey.
No icing called on that one.
Salmon's just pressuring, doing well, wearing off the puck now. Scala takes control. Still has the puck, falls over. No call on the play. Now the Adelaide Rush. They'll try and take it out of the zone. The Inferno do well to keep it in. The Rush finally clear it. That'll be icing.
So called on that one. We can hear the Adelaide Rush bench impassionately pleading that someone touched it on the other way down, but I don't think the linesmen are really going to accede to that one, as we see Adelaide one of their many opportunities, and I've mentioned it several times here before, but that Inferno defensive structure really frustrating the Adelaide power play, giving them no clean shooting lanes, forcing them to go wide and taking their second and third choices in trying to get to the net. Adelaide calling timeout here.
Adelaide with the timeout, and the clock is now becoming the enemy of the Adelaide Rush, down 2-0 with 2:06 remaining in the third period.
Shot count creeping up, 33-30 in favour of the home side.
And a tight 2-0 game here, Ben.
Very much so.
All the goals today must be on the east coast of Australia. There has been 11 between the Melbourne Derby today so far.
Goodness me.
Off the face-off now, the Adelaide Rush, they want to get forward. Saborski falling over, able to regain the puck though and backhand that into the neutral zone. Georgia McClellan though for the Inferno is great defensively. Saborski trying to dig away has been fantastic today for the Adelaide Rush.
Really has. They've been all over everything. Every time they're on the ice, the puck seems to find them. And it really is very much the other way around. It's Saborski doing all of the work of getting to the puck. Really.
Saborski battling right there with Scala as well. Now Scala enters the zone, a big slap shot, there's an empty net. Adelaide Rush have pulled Emma Moonen, looking for a goal to get right back into this as time winds down. 1:28 remaining in the period. Venus now, the left circle. Goes in behind the net, feeds it back in front. Malthaner with a shot on goal, it goes wide. Venus now has the puck. Venus trying to feed it back in front. Tahima's there. Salmons does well. Just lifts that one, tries to get it out of the zone and does. 1:05 remaining. A shot from Riley Martin towards King and makes a save. There's a rebound opportunity. Loose puck and Tahima scores. The Adelaide Rush with the empty net. Get the rebound. And it looks like it's the captain, Kate Tahima, putting it away.
Great initial save there from King, but a big rebound right out in front. Adelaide finally break through. It's been coming all game. They finally managed to get it to happen, and they did it by pushing all the chips in.
Empty a big captain's goal.
Huge, huge for Adelaide.
That's the thing with hockey, isn't it, Ben? You're never out of it. Doesn't matter how much is left on the clock. Anything can happen.
Exactly it. All it takes is one bounce. One bounce. Everything on the knife edge. Here we see the Adelaide coaching staff going over their strategy for this closing play. They might, I'm not sure how much is left on the clock, but that's Jeremy Friedrich issuing his orders. You see Moonen back on the ice. We have to imagine that as soon as they get solid possession, Moonen will be making a beeline for the bench to get that extra skater advantage and try and double up again.
They are winning the shot count in this period, the Adelaide Rush as well, so it has been coming, that goal.
Very much so, very much so. I've mentioned it many, many times throughout the game. They're so close. They're so close. They just need a bounce to go their way. Unfortunately, the experience of the Inferno has served them incredibly well. And they're going to need to lean on it again here to just hold down the fort and close out this game.
A big face-off here to be won for the Adelaide Rush. There's a bit of a scramble. Both teams just keeping the puck stuck. And now
turns into a rugby
the Inferno
ball
looking to go forward. Now Venus will collect it in behind Moonen. We'll keep an eye on the Adelaide Rush net. So try and go forward. 40 seconds remaining in the game. Aris now. It's held up by Salmons, who backhands that one in. Venus now. Now Emma Moonen will make her way to the bench.
Oh
and
no,
puck,
disaster.
And a backhand, and Scala scores on the empty net as Emma Moonen was heading to the bench.
Heartbreaking for the Adelaide Rush.
Scala seals it for the Perth Inferno.
The lead pass there, just some forechecking there from Clark Crumpton. Just catches her skate and bounces perfectly, absolutely perfectly to her line mate, wide open in front of the net. And she was slow out of the zone. She lost her footing on a shot attempt moments beforehand and just won the lottery. Absolutely won the lottery alone in front. Heartbreaking for Adelaide. Heartbreaking, but this will be a huge learning experience for them.
As we see on the replay, Emma Moonen, they were just hitting into that circle.
She'd hit her third powerful stride towards the net, just at the hash marks, and manages to be alerted to what's going on right in time to see the dagger go in. Heartbreaking, but again, the experience of the Inferno coming up spades for them there. Because there's no way that you could coach that sort of a forecheck. It was literally Clark Crumpton's skates in exactly the right spot at exactly the right angle to dish that one up to her line mate. You can't draw that up.
And it does highlight Clark Crumpton doing it on both sides of the puck.
Absolutely. Right? A lesser experienced player may not have had their feet planted that way to direct the puck where it needed to go.
Now the Adelaide Rush with time winding down, 10 seconds remaining in the period. An empty net for the Adelaide Rush.
Again
looking for a late miracle. Salmons now.
We got an arm up.
An empty net. They'll get a shot on goal, and that'll do it. The Perth Inferno, they hold on. The Adelaide Rush with a late charge, and Kate Tahima getting a late goal But Elizabeth Scala with the empty net, able to seal it for the Perth Inferno. A big arm wrestle, much like yesterday. Both teams having plenty of chances, but it's the Perth Inferno. They sweep the weekend. They win this one 3-1 over the Adelaide Rush.
Doing it in regulation time this afternoon. That's an extra point on the board for them. They'll be very pleased with. Adelaide go home, not completely empty-handed, but certainly a little bit heartbroken. Right, this will be a huge opportunity for learning for them. As I say, the entire game, they were so close. They finally broke through late in the game, and then to have this end the way that it did will be difficult for them, but they'll be an infinitely better team and infinitely stronger team going into next week and beyond. They've got a lot to look forward to in Adelaide.
And both goaltenders are absolutely outstanding today.
Absolutely.
In net.
As you mentioned earlier on, all of the scoring was on the East Coast this afternoon, and we saw an absolute buffet of goaltending on this afternoon. So for all of the goal scorers on the East Coast, we got to see the cream of the crop in goaltending here out west.
Absolutely, and it's a big win for the Perth Inferno, who came into today's game sitting on top of the standings, 1 point clear of the Melbourne Ice. So they'll keep their lead at the top of the standings after this weekend, and ending the year as well. The Australian Women's Ice Hockey League will have a break and come back in the new year. So the Inferno will end 2025 sitting on top of the standings.
Yeah, really opening themselves up as sort of the class of the competition thus far. They've made a strong statement that they're the team to beat thus far this season. Melbourne obviously never out of it. They're always dangerous. You can never count on them to not put up a strong game, but going into the break and into the holidays now on top of the league will allow the Inferno fans a little bit of breathing room as they look to the calendar as it turns over into the year 2026.
So it was a Perth Inferno with a 3-1 win. Goals from Sarah Salmons, Michelle Clark-Crumpton and Elizabeth Scala unassisted. Empty net to finish it off. Kate Tahima did get one for the Adelaide Rush, but it was all a little too late as Scala put that empty net away. I am Andrew McDougall. I have been your play-by-play commentator. Alongside me has been Ben Chalker as the colour commentator and analyst for today's Australian Women's Ice Hockey League game. We are Thought Fox Media. From everyone at home and watching around the world, we thank you for joining us for today's game. Hope you enjoyed the game and the call. Riley Lenjul on the camera and our producer Dan in the background as well, doing a fantastic job. From all of us here, we hope you have a great rest of your weekend. We'll see you in 2026 for the Australian Women's Ice Hockey League returns.